My name is Jane Faulkner Davis, and I own Brain Potential Institute. I guess the story started actually on the night that I was born. I was born extremely prematurely in 1961 and weighed about 4 pounds and a half ounce, which is a whale size now for a premature, but back then that was the edge of survivability. And my parents were told that it would be lucky if I made it through the first night. And as it turned out, I had cerebral palsy. And as a result of cerebral palsy, I spent most of my life with braces and crutches and walkers and sometimes even really cool service dogs. But the prediction for most kids with cerebral palsy was that you would either have severe learning disabilities or many, if not most, are mentally retarded. So especially back in 1961, my parents were told that I would probably be mentally retarded, and they were actually advised to drop me off at the state school and start over. And I guess that was the beginning of the concept of optimizing the damaged brain, because we knew quite clearly that my brain was damaged, but the question was, what can you do with a damaged brain? And so, of course, a lot of hours and years went into trying to help me walk better, but what really made the difference in my professional life was my ability to do school. I even remember when I was little, the first time I was taken to school, my parents were really pretty darn smart. They enrolled me in school in absentia. I was not there. They told the school administrators that I had the chicken pox and was contagious. So they enrolled me as a name only, because if they'd seen the braces and the crutches, they would have turned me away at the door. So then I showed up at the first day of school with the braces and crutches, and then of course the administrators and the teachers started the rush to try to remove me from school. They didn't want the liability for me to be there. They were worried that I would fall and they would get into trouble. And of course, they also assumed that I would have very limited intellectual abilities. I think the first week they took me down to what is now considered to be self-contained special education room with a lot of kids that were multi-handicapped and most which could not speak. And since I'd been reading books since I was about 4, I would sit there for the first couple of days and read stories to the other children who couldn't speak and couldn't read and really couldn't participate in school. And began the campaign to come upstairs to the regular classroom. And so finally I got upstairs to the regular classroom, and they're still making the attempts to kick me out of school. As it turned out, I had a chance to score a few hundreds on the first round of tests. And so then my parents' comment to the school was, well, are you asking her to leave school because she has low grades? Oh, no, sir, she's one of the brightest kids in the room. Are you asking her to leave school because she has problem behavior? Oh, no, sir, she's very well behaved and she loves school. And so then my dad's comment was, well, then I guess you can talk to my attorney about why you're asking her to leave school. And that's why I got to stay, coupled with a world with no cell phones. So, of course, every time that I fell down, which was about every third step, they wanted to call my mom and have me picked up from school. Well, there were no cell phones. My mother would just go to the Sharpstown Mall in Houston all day long until the school was dismissed so that no one could reach her. They couldn't reach her by telephone at home. If they drove by the house was empty. She'd go hang out at the mall so that I could go stay in school so that she wouldn't get called to pick me up.